Greetings and salutations, fine people. I'm Patti Alvarez. Welcome to The Good Soul, a show where we'll have supercharged chats with everyday humans from all walks of life and unpack what in their story will inspire us all. We'll extract the untapped wisdom, distill it, and serve it up to you in all the right ways that will engage, enlighten, and most of all, inspire growth within your soul. I think people are awesome. So join me on this journey through the hearts and minds of ordinary people to uncover the good soul within you. This is The Good Soul. Welcome to The Good Soul Podcast. I'm Patti Alvarez, and today's conversation is one I've really been looking forward to. This is episode 86, Vision to Matter, and I'm sitting down with holistic business coach Taylor Short. Taylor works with heart-led entrepreneurs who have big visions, deep purpose, and a calling to serve, but who feel overwhelmed when it comes to structure, systems, and execution. Today, we're talking about what happens when vision meets alignment, how strategy, clarity, and soul can work together so your work doesn't just inspire, but it actually flows, serves, and lasts. So if you've ever felt like your vision is clear, but your business feels messy, this conversation is for you. So Taylor, let's get into it.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited to be here. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you. We have a bit of a history. We met, probably 5 years ago? More than that.
It was more than that. We reconnected 5 years ago when I moved back to North Carolina, but I think it was 2018,
pre-COVID.
Maybe even 2017, pre-COVID.
Yes. We did something together we did booty training together, right? Booty with Tale.
Yes.
Or no,
Talene.
Not Talene. Queen Talene.
I love her.
Yeah. Do you still follow her on social media?
I did a follow clean out, so I don't follow a lot of the gems that I had met through the years, but
yeah, you have to find her again because she's big into like recipes, and she'll do like my cousin thought of something. We had a must go for Christmas where everything in the refrigerator must go. So like after Christmas, the day after, and she does that. She'll take all kinds of stuff from her refrigerator and make magic. So
her Southern accent always got me.
Yeah. And she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. So beautiful. Okay. So again, guys, we talked about this. Most people don't abandon their dreams. They abandon them when inspiration collides with logistics. And no one taught them how to bridge the two. So here comes Taylor to save the day. But first, let's hear a little bit about you. When did you first notice that you naturally see order, flow, and potential where others feel stuck?
To be fair, I would honestly need to go back to when I was young. I'm technically diagnosed ADHD. And so I always had a lot of different coping mechanisms for that. And I would hyper focus on how to accomplish the A in my class. That was the standard in my family. And so, coming home with good grades was a non-negotiable. And so I would make meticulous study guides and I would reverse engineer tests.
Wow.
if I'm really looking back to what would be the first indicator that I really like a system, it goes back to school in that sense. I loved school. I got my undergrad in English, my graduate degree in English. And so school was very important to me. When I got into the workforce after grad school, I thought I was going to be a professor. That was my intention. And I didn't get into PhD programs, so I took a pivot into another love of mine, which is lacrosse. And so I took a job as a lacrosse director, taking kids to Costa Rica, and really fun. Yeah. Yes, my 20s and early career was really, really fun.
Yeah. These are high school, grammar school, college?
High school. American lacrosse players. We would take them to Costa Rica to volunteer, to zip line and have the time of their lives, surf, all of the fun things.
And would they learn lacrosse or compete?
They would coach lacrosse in the local schools.
Oh, wow.
So it was a grow the game initiative. And
That's
so
really cool.
we would take lacrosse sticks down there. We'd do a lacrosse stick drive and distribute them.
Oh, wow. Can I hit pause really quick?
Yeah.
Where are you from real quick? And where did you go to college? And a little bit about your upbringing, siblings and parents.
Amazing. I was born in North Carolina, Hickory, which is not far from here.
Not at all.
I still have family in Hickory and Lincolnton. That's the reason I'm in this area.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 6 years old, we moved to Pennsylvania. And so that's why I don't talk like my mother.
Oh, where in Pennsylvania?
But when I'm around her, I do.
You do.
So,
where in Pennsylvania?
Westchester.
Oh, yeah. I went to Westchester University. That's so funny.
Wow.
What a small world.
So
yeah.
Westchester went to Chadsford Elementary. Oh my God. Westchester was 6 to 13. And that's where I was taught lacrosse. My dad, he's from Long Island, and he had played growing up and got me into lacrosse in Pennsylvania. When I was 13, we moved back to North Carolina, but to the beach. So Topsail Beach, North Carolina, Hampstead, Wilmington.
Wilmington. I've heard of Wilmington.
Yes. And so that's where I did high school.
Okay.
So I'm a chameleon in terms of my, I had an existential in my Southern and my Northern for quite some time.
I love it. Well, it works that you wear it well. So
thank you.
It's
I
great.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I have a brother and a sister. My sister, she passed away when I was 13.
Oh, wow.
But my brother, he lives in Lincolnton. He's 14 years older than me. My sister, 18 years. They're from my mom's previous marriage. Love my brother. Love my family. I have a sister-in-law who's the best thing that ever came to our family.
Aww.
And a niece and a nephew. And my parents are still with us. They're in Lincolnton.
Oh, that's great. It's such a cute town, Lincolnton. I love it.
Yeah. And my first 2 years, I graduated from high school and I went to Old Dominion University and played lacrosse. That was my goal, is D1 lacrosse. Lacrosse was the primary, and I wanted to be by the beach. So that was Norfolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach. My sophomore year, I realized that I wanted to see what other options were out there. And academically, I wasn't being as pressed as I was interested in. And I looked at Davidson. And I transferred my junior year and finished my degree undergrad at Davidson.
What a quaint, adorable, wonderful place to go to college.
I could not be more grateful for my Davidson education. To be quite honest, it's why I live in the area now. I will be here for always because I love being close to Davidson. I'm the alumni that hangs out. I got married at the Lake campus, the Davidson Lake campus.
Okay, so you're married.
I am married.
Yes, okay.
We have been, it'll be 2 years this year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you made it through
and
the
he's
hard
my
part.
business partner.
And he's your business partner. Well, okay, so time is flying here. So I'm anxious to get a little bit more into the ADHD thing because I feel like that probably played a very powerful role in the decisions that you've made. Were you diagnosed as a child, or is that something that as you got older, you're like, hey, I think I have ADHD? I
got diagnosed in grad school.
You did?
And I was at Wake Forest for grad school. So again, this area. Diagnosed in grad school. I can see remnants of it from when I was younger. I do put it in scare quotes because when I was diagnosed, much like I was also diagnosed premenstrual dysmorphic disorder in terms of my cycle. A couple years after that, but I really went after holistic options. And with my ADHD, I started eating grain-free, dairy-free. I've since shifted, but I healed my gut in a variety of ways. And I have serious, I'm a planner girly.
Okay, I'm going to have you hit pause. You're giving me a lot to work with here, but believe it or not, segment 1, we already have to wrap it up. I know it goes so it doesn't feel like it was like a minute. So guys, don't go away. We're going to get into what I'm getting is when you have these issues that come up in your life, they are certainly, and we all know this, opportunities. So rather than treating them like hurdles. So don't go away. We'll see you in a few minutes here on The Good Soul. This segment of The Good Soul is brought to you by Aaron Fisnick, certified luxury home specialist with Ivester Jackson Christie's International Real Estate. Aaron serves all levels of the greater Lake Norman region real estate market, and whether buying or selling, she is very much the lady who will deliver like no other. Many of us at Good Soul are also really happy clients. Erin can be reached at 704-728-5657 or reach out to me and I'll get you guys connected. Thank you, Erin Fisnick, and thank you guys for tuning in and supporting The Good Soul. Welcome back, everybody, to The Good Soul. I'm here with Taylor Short, and we are talking Vision to Matter. And I just want to give you a quick little piece of background that I was kind of feeling a sense of overwhelm. And we have a mutual friend named DJ who I think picked up on it. Mm-hmm. And he shot me your info. And I didn't put it together that it was you until after we had our first meeting. Not after, at our first meeting, which I thought was really interesting. So all of this really is, this topic is very selfish and dear to my heart. So I'm going to be learning a lot right along with you guys. So let's get back to the challenges you were facing and where you were at and what brought you to deciding how you want to conquer this when vision gets stuck.
Absolutely. My dad always had a key lesson for me. Make your plan, work your plan. Make your plan, work your plan. That was what was ingrained in me, both as an athlete and as a student. And it became so as an entrepreneur because I had my first business was a youth lacrosse business. Took kids to tournaments, get them recruited, and I'm responsible for them. So the integrity that I had in terms of taking care of someone else's child, being their stand-in for that practice or for that event, that level of integrity that I had or the standards that I had to translate into my business, had to translate into how that business was taken care of. And so, at times it was really intense because that standard is really high. And as you're a beginner entrepreneur, there's all the different balls in the air, the ideas, and you don't know what you don't know. So really at the end of the day, the reason I was so meticulous in terms of planning and creating a to-do list every single day that fit into a 30-day to-do list and a 90 and a 1 year was because I wanted to make sure that I was taking care of the people that I had told I would take care of them. And that translates into my consulting now, right? Entrepreneurship is like birthing to an extent. I haven't birthed from my body yet, but you are bringing an idea to life. You're putting yourself out there, and you're giving people your word that your product is going to work, that your service is going to deliver on what you said that it would. And so all of the fail forward that I did as an entrepreneur in those first several businesses, I've also had a yoga studio, and that was its own bag of tricks in terms of having a brick and mortar. There's just so much to know, especially in the beginning when you're starting up, that I wanted to help people not make the mistakes that I had made at least. Yeah.
Do you mind me asking your age? Is that a bad question?
How old do you think I am?
Oh, come on.
I love this question.
32.
Oh, I love it. I'm 37.
37. Okay. All right. So you have definitely some experience. I could have even guessed like 28, to be honest with you.
Because I worked with young women all through lacrosse, I think I kept a lot of the your
youthfulness. I think you'll be like that when you're 95 years old.
And that's now my goal.
Yeah. That's your personality.
Now the goal.
Yeah.
My mother is also will never age.
Very vivacious.
So vibrant.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So
you should have her on here. She's a whole.
Oh, really?
She's so fun.
Yeah. What is your specific? Your mother, I'm sure, is a career too. But what about your dad that you're so inspired by him?
My dad was in sales. Furniture sales specifically. But he was also an athlete. He was also my high school coach for a long time. So also we grew up sailing.
Nice.
So there was a lot of teaching. He really, really imparted as much wisdom that he could for me. And so sales, my mom was in real estate. So was my grandma and my so sales has been a core thing. And that's about integrity. Not used car salesman creepy. I always had a positive thought on sales because it's just asking questions to see if you can help the other people with what you have.
You're filling a need.
It's nothing more than that. So sales is something I really love teaching, actually.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about a book called The Science of Getting Rich by a man named Wallace Wattles. And that book inspired Rhonda Byrne to write The Secret, which I know is a very simplified, it's kind of controversial amongst, entrepreneurs and so forth that it's so simplified. But one of my favorite lines from The Science of Getting Rich, it was written in 1910, is that you are giving more in value than you are receiving. Every time I text a student, it's time to upgrade. It's time you're running out of classes. Would you like to come on and throw on an intro package? I just feel so good about what I'm selling. Mm-hmm. And I think that, it loans itself a lot. So they may be coming in and paying $90 a month, $100 a month for yoga, but they're leaving here and you're giving them so much in life value. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what brought you to develop, and did you develop the Vision to Matter, or did you go to a Vision to Matter conference and say, I'm doing this? How did that all work?
Amazing question. So I started in consulting because I was really helping friends with what I knew how to do because I'd done it in my own businesses.
Just from scratch?
Yeah. So
wow.
I've always built my own websites, and I was like do all the things, get burnt out, burn it all down. Like I've done a couple cycles of that too.
Yeah.
So the actual ins and outs of click-clacking, I was helping friends with. Mm-hmm. And then I met my husband, who is my business partner and co-founder. He has been in delivery for his entire career, specifically software. So senior technical program manager. He has trained in all of the delivery frameworks, lean, agile. He's
delivery, like not physical, hard
project management. So you want to do something, let's break it down into a bajillion steps and decide who does every single step. And he oversees the whole thing happening. He's your spreadsheet guru. He is chef's kiss in terms of a counterpart for me because I love being in the creativity.
Yeah.
I'm capable and absolutely manage in the project management 90-day plan, stick to a plan. Mm-hmm. I manage and do there. However, Chris is an expert there and is geeky there.
Yeah.
Loves it, thrives. So he and I came together we met and became friends in 2020, but in 2022, we started dating.
Okay.
We'd already been working together in community on certain projects.
How did you meet?
We met through our community in St. Pete.
Okay.
We were both living in North Carolina, but our same St. Pete community brought us together.
And how did you come to this realization that you both are like box checkers? Like he's a good structure man and you're a good dog. Like I always say, I'm a good dog. Like, tell me what to do, boss, and I'll do it.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah.
We came together in that sense over a nonprofit, a girlfriend's nonprofit, that we were working together to just help her thrive and her mission thrive. And so that was the first time we worked together.
Okay.
And we helped lead retreats together because he was living on her land. He was a friend that had land, and I was like, hey, I'll show up with my dog, so I was always like, hey, where's Chris? Like, I'll be friends. And we were friends for those 2 years and put in the work in that sense. But then when we started dating, we realized what we could really do together, how good leading retreats in community felt together.
Did you still have a business at that time? And you were like, hey, buddy, will you help me? Or
I had a business with a girlfriend and named Ascend Within. And we had started doing consulting through that business. It was originally a women's work business, specifically talking about cycles and retreats. But again, we brought the executive work or the consulting underneath that umbrella, and he came to support that. That we went through all sorts of things as a trio, including Yeah, just a lot of relational shifts, right? He and I, we were on track to get married. And so what does marriage mean in terms of business partnership? And eventually decided to shift as a group. And he and I started our business, Holistic Consulting.
Did you start with clients, with prospects in mind, or did you say, okay, we're just going to do this? And what's the name of the business again? Is it Vision to Matter?
It's Holistic Consulting.
Holistic Consulting. I mean, that's pretty easy for me.
Yeah. And our product, Vision to Matter, we really had and were formulating right when we started our business. And we had clients right from the day we started, because Ascend Within, we already had consulting clients. I'd been in that flow.
Okay.
And so we brought it under one roof. And honestly focused a lot in this area specifically. Okay. My former business partner lived in St. Pete. I think that the long distance relationship had more of an impact on us than we realized as we were in it.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Are you gearing your expertise towards any specific field, or are you open to just about any type of business?
The real criteria for us is that person doing good in the world? Like, is there, just selling something to sell it without like a strong why or some sort of impact, we're not really gonna align.
Okay.
So our mission statement is we serve those who serve others.
I love
so
it.
Like I get really excited about potentially helping Good Soul and helping the podcast or whatever you're bringing to the world, because I know that ripple.
Yes.
Do I love building a website? Yeah. I do it. It's great. I love building a website so that you will reach more people.
We'll thrive. Okay, let's hit pause because we're going to get into that on our next segment, guys. So don't go away. We will see you for segment 3, episode, I still can't believe it, 86, here on The Good Soul. We'll see you in a few. Want a little bit more rainbows and unicorns in your life? Start your day with Good Soul Daily. Every morning, you'll find me in your inbox where I share a quick story, lesson, or quote to spark joy and inspiration. Come join our hundreds of daily readers and let's step into our new day together with my lighthearted, Pollyannic approach. I would be honored if you'd allow me into your heart and head where you are sure to be delighted and inspired. Text me over your email address to 704-618-7993 for your daily dose of happiness and reassurance that life is pretty darn awesome. Welcome back to The Good Soul, everybody. It's like we're family. Bill and Taylor just realized they knew each other from years back. It's such a beautiful thing. Bill's our producer who happens to be in my ear. Okay, so Vision to Matter. Holistic counseling? Consulting. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I want to get back a little bit and be a little selfish, but this will be a good way to kind of showcase your business without giving away too much, because I will be a paying customer. So I'm not looking for free advice. But I went through what my needs were with Taylor, is that I have the yoga studio. I have a blog I write every day. And we have the podcast that we shoot. Basically, we air every week. And we're also on the radio. And I would like to develop an app and integrate my blog and kind of like self-help checklists for people every day. So they're not going on their phones and reading, they're not doom scrolling. And all the way up to I'd like to run for U.S. Senate someday. And everything in between. Yeah, everything in between. So Taylor and I kind of connected before Christmas, and now it's today is January 12th. And we're going to, after I get through the next couple of weeks, I can't say out loud what I have to get through, but we're going to get to work together. So talk to me about your experience with what I've sent you and what you would do for me as like, a new client.
Absolutely. With you specifically, one thing that really came out was you are so capable. You're moving in a million different directions, and with consistency, your yoga background, and like you're going to do the things. And when you're turning the page in your business, it's a new phase of having all the balls in the air or having a lot of different ideas. And so what Vision to Matter, what I would be really excited about for you is being guided and not being the generator of every single task item and to-do list, to really feel held in creating the larger plan for how all the things talk to each other, and for how they get moved over the course of 30 days, 90 days, a year, 3 years. And because you're a heart-led entrepreneur, because you care so much about every single person who listens, who walks through the door, starting with why and starting with who you are as a leader, everything that you build will then be generated from that foundation. You know, so many clients come in and they want to skip to the strat plan, to the strategy, to the, okay, well, what am I doing in 30 days in order to execute on my goals? It's like, let's take a breath and actually be with these visions. Let's talk about our why we want to do them. Like, that's what's going to get you up every morning to do the strategy.
I think in my case, what's kind of cool is that it's an existing business.
Exactly.
And as I said in segment 2, like, I am a really good dog. Like, I have such a strict routine where I get up every morning and I do the same things and I do them very happily. I enjoy doing them. So to have somebody like you come in and observe and critique and kind of restructure or help me to restructure is something I'm really excited about. So I'm sorry, keep going.
And the key is to relieve bandwidth for you. You know, I know, there it is, right? Did you see her body language? It's this like, like, how can we systemize? How can we integrate AI, right? Chris has a really incredible tech background. That's one of the reasons when I was talking to you, I'm like, I want Chris there. And DJ referred based on working with Chris. So it's really non-negotiable for us. He's always at play and always at work. But for you specifically, I think it's going to be a really incredible lift for you. As well as because you already have an existing business, when we get to that phase where we talk about your ecosystem, right? That's how we're going to start creating strategy around marketing and around what can you mobilize right now? What relationships have you already built? Who are your clients? What do they care about? Who are you trying to speak to, right? Who are your constituents when you're Senate, when you run for Senate?
Yeah,
like we can go all the way there and then reverse engineer and create a machine that continuously revisits. You actually create the vehicle to drive because you're going to iterate. There's going to be change, right? What we do know is that there are seasons. What you feel now, it will be different than next January, right? And so how can we iterate from a place of care for those that we serve and really hold them as we build the checklists and the to-do lists?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because the word bandwidth really, then the word ecosystem too, because I feel like my brain is a jungle, and it's a good, and it's good, and I'm proud of where I've come from. And like you had said, there's been so many face plants and so many missteps and so many incredible lessons learned. But one of my biggest challenges is that I lost my parents. And so my mother was, my mother has made the wife and mother out of me. And all of my domestic talents and skills and nurturing, I feel like I got from my mom. And I still do maintain those roles at home with my husband, who is disabled. And he does a lot for me because he's home. And my dad, and that's why I asked about your dad specifically, is because my dad is the voice in my head constantly. He was in the tire business. He was, I always say, was a rags to riches type. He worked very hard. He built himself a little bit of an empire, or a lot of an empire, I would say. And I'm very proud of him, and I admire him a lot. But one thing, and he was open to learning, but I don't think that he ever really embraced somebody like you or ever utilized a coaching system to help him with his business. And listen, there's no mistakes, and I'm not putting him down for this at all, but I think like, wow, what more could he have accomplished if he, now I get the term systematized from Michael Gerber. Have you read the E-Myth? And if you haven't, you must.
You have
to
read around it.
Yeah. It's like you're speaking the language. And I actually worked with a man, His name is Josh. I can't believe I can't think of his last name, but he's a yogapreneur. Have you ever heard of the yogapreneur?
Mhm.
He's God, I'm so cannot believe I can't think of his last name. He works with a lot of specifically Bikram studios.
Okay.
And he was my business coach for a long time. And he said two really like simple things to me. One thing he said to me was, don't give away your first class. It's hot yoga. And the first class usually sucks and they're not going to want to come back. So they have to have a little skin in the game. And that was the most important thing. And I was like, wow, that one thing that he told me, it went so far. So for you and I to really sit down face to face and develop a plan for me, I just feel like I have a lot of faith in myself, and I'm not like, flexing or anything. I just do. I'm
Mhm.
a hard worker and I'm determined, and I'm excited, Taylor. I'm like, I want to start now.
Yes.
I want to start now.
In time.
So where will we start? Like, what would it look like for us?
Where we would start is we'd start with the kickoff.
Mhm.
What are you excited about? And then we would move into being human. That's our first phase. And I think you will really appreciate it. We talk about your leadership style and how you want to show up in business. And it creates the foundation for moving forward. And actually, I take it back. We actually start with, what are the fires? I'm still your business consultant, and what fires are happening? What's keeping you up at night? Like, what systems are make you want to?
What fire keeps everyone up at night?
There are fires.
Money,
There are
money,
like,
money, money.
and I would say legal stuff too. So not that we're lawyers, but
Yeah.
we're like, do you have this in place? Do you
Insurance and
yeah.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
So what are the fires? And then we get into being human and talking about your vision and what you want to build.
yeah,
And that gets really fun.
I'm really excited for me. One thing I feel like I'm excited for AI because it's just fascinating to me that the things it can help me with. And now I got the Meta glasses. I mean, even like working out.
Mhm.
So I'm excited about embracing technology with regards to my business, because the yoga studio, because every single person that walks in this studio that's new, I shouldn't say everyone, but a large majority are like, I never knew you were here. And they like live up the road. I'm like, dude, how do you not know that?
Exactly.
Marketing, Facebook, like social media, reels, all that stuff. I'm like, here for it.
Exactly.
Are you going to help me do that stuff too?
Well, that's where he's tapped in. He will help mobilize AI in a way that's grounded and aligned with you, because you can mobilize it in a variety of ways, just like you can use a hammer in a variety of ways. But when you use it specifically and based on who you are and what you want to accomplish, clear hearts can't lose. Like, sky's the limit.
God, you're so cool.
Exactly.
Guys, we're going to wrap up segment 3 because why? Clear hearts, they can't lose. Don't go away. We'll see a few here on The Good Soul. Who isn't looking to get happy and healthy and empower themselves in an extraordinary fitness community? At Good Soul Hot Yoga, we offer life-changing yoga, strength training, cycling, and relaxing therapeutic classes that will make everything in your life feel better. For some power, balance, and peace of mind, we will deliver. Come experience our spa-like wonderland in the center of Mooresville. We will become your happy place. Welcome back, everybody. So this is kind of cool. We're talking. I feel like so connected. I feel like very like a lot of similar like synergy between you and I. And we were going to go through one of her success stories for segment 4, which maybe we'll get to. But I thought we didn't get to. I was like, basically, the questions are like with personalities like ours. But I'm going to rapid fire some questions for Taylor, and she agreed to this little game. It's like Vogue magazine. Did you ever see that? What is it? Like 81 questions they ask.
I'm here for it.
Okay, so talking points. Let's get so the vision to matter method. What alignment actually looks like in a functioning business?
What alignment looks like in a functioning business, I always like to say, when you walk into a room, you know where the door is, you know where the restroom is, you know where the front desk is. Like, your digital infrastructure, your website should feel like that. They know where to go. They know what their next best step is.
So we're consistent.
Consistency.
Okay, number 2. why strategy without soul feels empty and soul without strategy burns out.
Oof. Oh, I feel that in my soul.
Mm.
Soul without strategy, you waste a lot of energy and you waste heart. Strategy without soul is robot
Yeah, that goes
territory.
Okay, I love it. Say no more.
Oh, the short form
You're
is really
doing so
Okay,
good.
I'm on
No,
it.
you're killing it. Translating big ideas into clear, usable systems. How do you help clients move from vision to execution without overwhelm?
That's where coaching really comes into play. So not only are we going through the step-by-steps together, but it's a Socratic method. So really my clients end up feeling like, how did we just create a strategy?
Hold, please. What does Socratic method mean?
Socratic method means instead of me consistently just saying things to you or directing at you, I'm asking you questions.
Okay.
Most entrepreneurs know what needs to happen. They just need to say it in someone else's company and then be held accountable to it.
Literally a lump in my throat right now. I'm serious.
It's how you know it's right.
Oh,
Most people are just like, there's that moment of like, ooh.
You're
and
good.
then, great.
Execution is a trainable muscle. Why do so many people avoid execution? Oh, and how can it become easier? Why do we go on Facebook and scroll instead of taking care of our business?
Right. Facebook, social media, they have millions, bajillions invested to distract you. So that's a numbing mechanism, just like any addiction.
So why do we do that in place of doing what we want most to succeed and thrive and change lives and make money?
There's a lot of different answers, but one that I think is a huge one with entrepreneurs is imposter syndrome. Who am I to say this? Or who am I to be the expert in the room when in fact there's all kinds of receipts? So we numb, we check out. And that's just one way that we do it.
Okay. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, who do I think I am?
Exactly.
Podcast, blog, like what the heck do I know?
Mm-hmm.
But then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, no, my mama said, my daddy said, my students said.
Receipts.
Yeah. Oh,
right? You have the clout and you are the person.
Yes, and so are you. Yeah.
And actually, one of my favorite humans is the founder of Lumo Leadership, which is a coaching organization in Charlotte.
Okay.
10 out of 10 recommend following everything they do.
Okay.
However, she gave a talk at a retreat I was at for female founders and talked about how imposter syndrome, it's not personal, it's actually systemic. That we were actually raised to doubt ourselves and that it's ingrained in kind of every marketing message that is coming at us is this person knows more, this is the expert. And naturally, humans in terms of groupthink, they want to outsource their opinion. And so they hold these people on pedestals instead of recognizing like, I am.
You know what's so funny that you're saying this is because as a podcaster, blogger, yoga, teacher, I always want to come at people not like that. In other words, I want to be, I feel like Oprah's kind of like that. Like she's the conduit. I'm not, I always say, I don't think I'm a prophet. I don't think I know any, I'm certainly not a Rhodes Scholar, but I just want to ask people like you or our town mayor or whomever I'm talking to on it, what is going to enlighten and inspire them.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
And that's why when you start with why you're doing what you're doing, it's not about you. That's the key. My work, it's not about me.
Yeah. I mean, certainly
I'm a channel through.
Yeah.
And I have skill sets and capabilities that honoring those by helping others is everything.
So tell me then, is it at all about your own personal success and fulfillment and wanting to go to the Maldives one day and, maybe you want to drive a Mercedes or anything? Is that part of abundance and fulfillment, or do you think that that's a byproduct? How do you look at it?
For me specifically, that doesn't appeal. I want 100 acres that I can feed.
But that's, 100 acres isn't cheap.
I want finances so that I can build up my community, that I can build up my friendships, that I can take my my stepdaughter on a trip of her lifetime.
So you do.
Absolutely. Okay. Finances are a part of it.
All right. Let me keep going.
Okay.
Can you share a moment where alignment changed everything for a client of yours?
Oh, there's so many that are coming to my head. I'll talk about one. She's a farm locally, and she is a person who likes to have everything in its place. Capricorn energy, if that means anything to you, but very like systematic, and was going so fast in her business that she hadn't slowed down yet to create systems that would make life easier for her. And so by working together, we did that slow down. Plus I brought my expertise of how to build said systems. That's another thing we avoid and scroll because we don't know how to do something.
Okay.
And that stresses us out.
It reminds me of something I read many years ago about reading. And you're like, oh, or people are like, I'm not a reader. I can't read. And I forget what I read and have to read the same page 10 times. I've read because you'll hit one word that you don't know the definition of or concept. And that's when your mind starts to go. And that's why you should read with a dictionary. Now you don't need to. You just click the word and it'll tell you.
Exactly. So we blink off because there's at least a dysregulation of whether it's feeling like you don't understand it or that who are you, like we were talking about with imposter syndrome. But when she created those systems on the back end of her she was able to stand behind her pricing more. Like many things that were causing her a frizzy in her day.
Is she wholesale or retail? Is it B2B or is it like B2C?
B2C.
Well, I know for me, like I've cut students and their annual members, and every year I like feel guilty asking them for their annual dues. Like I was like, I feel like I'm being like greedy or something, you know?
And that's where coaching comes in and is important because then I ask some questions like, well, isn't it actually beneficial for them to get a reminder? Do most people not remember that they're going to have an auto draw at this time? Like, isn't it benevolent to do those sorts of things?
Well, another thing too, in terms of money, I mean, this is kind of
money is a whole episode.
Absolutely. But one thing, and this was back to the one free class, if I ever give anybody anything, whether it's my daughters, their friends, like students, I'll be like, you just come in and practice for free. People don't come in.
No, they have to have skin in the game.
If they have skin in the game, they're in here.
And I loved the concept of sacred economics, which, you get into trades or different ways of exchanging.
Okay.
And so I've done free exchange and it never works. I will never, ever do that.
Okay. You heard him. 2 minutes. Ready?
Yeah.
Why does structure create freedom, more freedom and not less?
Oh, it's just like having a river. Right? If you don't have the river banks that direct the water cannot flow.
Okay.
So if you don't have the payment processor, the email list, these systems set up, your forms and different whatnot, like in your business, then you can't even get to the creative part because you're not actually holding together the business.
Sure. And it's just not, it's like a machine.
It's a machine.
Okay. How do you redefine effort so it feels sustainable instead of draining?
I think this is where I bring in my seasonal and cycle awareness, that there are cycles and that I must rest in order to do once again.
Yes.
I live and die by cyclical awareness, which includes awkward rest time when you feel like you should be sprinting. That recharge is extremely important.
That's one thing I'm learning as I age. Okay. Last question. What's the one place listeners might be able to gently start today?
One place.
Aside from calling you.
Aside from calling me, hit me up.
Taylor will have all her info in the,
hit me up
description.
And, and we talk at first for free. Yeah. So, like actually hit me up.
Yeah.
But one place that they can start today is to sit down and take everything that's in their brain and put it on a piece of paper. There's like cognitive benefit to writing physically down all the to-do list items that you have in your head that are just like taking up bandwidth. Then take that list and prioritize. Say, okay, what's a threat? What's potentially losing me money, right? If I don't have a payment processor, that's a fire. How can I open channels to support people, right? So how can people pay me? How can people engage with me? And just write each of your to-do list items down and then put them on a day.
Dare I say, you might be like, when I say this, but dare I say, put it into ChatGPT?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Use chat. Chat. I have 3 different robots that help me do my business.
Yeah.
Really, really valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like, I know this is kind of strange, but I'll even ask ChatGPT sometimes, like if my husband and I have a conflict over something and I'm like, my husband wants it this way and I want it this way. And I literally, or sometimes I'll just randomly thank Chat for being there for me so often. I'm sure you heard him. He said it. Wrap it up when you can. So Taylor, what an honor to have you. Oh. And I would like to start getting our work done together. And I'd like to have you back on to kind of pick up where we're leaving off. So Taylor, where can people find you real quick?
People can find me at www.holisticconsulting.biz, B-I-Z.
Okay. And I will put all of this in the show notes. Vision to matter. That's what sold me on you. Those words right there. So guys, thank you for being here. Episode 86. And we will see you next time here on The Good Soul. And thank you, Taylor.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you, Patti.